Entry number 4. The Basement Door. Based on a personal experience by Harry Jameston. Ohio, USA. I never believed in the paranormal. Growing up in rural Ohio meant ghost stories were just entertainment on camping trips, nothing more. That changed during the summer of 2018 when I moved into my grandmother's house after she passed. The 2-story farmhouse had been in our family for generations. Built in 1902, it stood isolated at the end of a gravel road, surrounded by cornfields that stretched to the horizon. My grandmother had lived there alone for 30 years after my grandfather died. I'd visited often as a child, but hadn't been back in nearly a decade. The basement door was always locked when I was young. Grandmother said it was dangerous down their rotting stairs, exposed wiring, the usual hazards. As kids, we imagined treasures hidden below, but respected her rules. After inheriting the house, I found the key taped to the back of her diary with a note. Keep locked, always, so I should have listened. 3 weeks after moving in, during a particularly violent thunderstorm, the power went out. I remembered the electrical panel was in the basement. Despite my grandmother's warning, practical necessity won out. I found the old brass key, unlocked the door, and descended the creaking wooden stairs, my phone flashlight casting long shadows. The basement was surprisingly clean concrete floor, stone walls, a few shelves with canned goods. Nothing unusual except for a small wooden door in the far corner, about 4 feet tall. I assumed it led to a crawl space or storage area. The electrical panel was nearby, and I quickly reset the breaker. As I turned to leave, I heard a soft tapping from behind the small door. 3 distinct knocks, then silence. I froze. It had to be a pipe, or perhaps an animal that had found its way in. The rational explanation calmed me, and I approached the door. No handle, just a simple sliding bolt keeping it closed. 3 more knocks, more insistent this time. Hello? I called, immediately feeling foolish. Silence followed, then a child's voice, barely audible. Can I come out now? My blood turned to ice. I backed away, nearly tripping over my own feet. There were no children in the house. There hadn't been children here since I was young. Who's there? I managed to ask. Been waiting so long. The voice replied, slightly louder. Grandmother said I could come out when she returned. My grandmother had no other grandchildren. I was an only child of an only child. Who are you? I asked, my voice trembling. Don't you remember? We used to play together before the accident. A memory surfaced, hazy, dreamlike. Clay, playing hide and seek as a child, following laughter down to the basement, despite the rules, finding that small door unbolted. I couldn't remember what happened next. The voice continued, you promised you'd come back for me. My phone flashlight flickered, and in that moment of darkness, I heard the bolt on the small door begin to slide open from the inside. I ran, taking the stairs 2 at a time, slamming the basement door behind me and locking it with shaking hands. The power returned moments later, but I spent the night in my car anyway. The next morning, I called my mother and asked about the basement. Her response chilled me. Your grandmother sealed it off after your imaginary friend phase. You kept talking about someone living down there behind a little door. You said they needed to stay locked away because they weren't right. We thought it was just childhood fantasy. I've since had the basement door reinforced and sealed with concrete. I still hear knocking sometimes, late at night when storms roll through. 3 distinct knocks, then silence. And occasionally, when I'm nearly asleep, a whispered question. Can I come out now? I'm selling the house next month. Some things should remain unheard. Entry closed. Echoes remain.